On December 23rd, 2022, we're going to be having a new moon in the sign of Capricorn. And so Capricorn is a sign that has to do with the way that things have always been done. Tradition, in other words, sort of, the events in chronological order and their significance to the modern day of why people do the things that they do and what importance does it have today. And, Capricorn deals with honoring tradition as well, and honoring people who really put forth good work and goodwill and really committed to whatever they decided to do in terms of a goal that they wanted to accomplish. And Capricorn is a sign of having integrity in whatever you decide to do. Really mean it, and really put the most that you can into it. Not doing something halfway, not doing something mediocre, but really going all in and doing it with purpose and intention. So it's a time to get really serious about the emotional sides and areas of your life, and understanding where certain things have to be done so that you can feel emotionally nourished and secure, so that those emotional foundations are taken care of. And with the moon in Capricorn, it can create definitely, you would feel more, rational and logical when it comes to, expressing your emotions. And at worst, there's a coldness with moon in the sign of its detriment in Capricorn, because the moon rules Cancer, and Capricorn's directly opposite that. So, it's important not to lose, the heart energy of connectedness, connection, compassion, and, really feeling emotionally sensitive to the needs and wants of others, to your environment, and having that tender, vulnerable feeling place, inside of you that, all of us have. And we express our emotions in one way or another. And so the moon in Capricorn at this new moon, you can express your emotions, but in, a constructive way, not, an explosion, or not, a rage, and, throwing a fit, but just acknowledging what's going on and doing something about that will work depending upon the situation, whether or not you want to change the circumstances at play, whether you can control that, or maybe you can't control that. And, Capricorn is the reality check. It's about, okay, this is how it is, and I'm accepting how something is, and I'm really, doing whatever I can with what I have. And it's also time to get practical about the things that you need for the winter time, your work life, any goal that you want to commit to, and, before you, start the brand new, initiative, and, you have the motivation and drive to start something new, I would begin that before December 28th, because that's when Mercury will station retrograde in Capricorn, and I have a whole nother video about that. And, with the new moon in Capricorn, new moons are times of going in, internal times, reflective times as well. And, they can be times of setting new intentions and planting new seeds. And Capricorn is an earth sign. It's also the last earth sign in the zodiac, and it falls under the mode of being cardinal, which is, initiatory energy, um, get up and go energy. We want to take the lead. We want to, um, push for, the results of something, because that's another thing that you can do. um, to have something that you want to achieve and address it and, set those foundations, lay those foundations at this time and um, have because Capricorn's also dealing with the long term, so any long lasting goal as well. So is the goal of whatever you're doing and the results of that going to last for the long term? That's also another thing. And, in doing something, productive in your relationships, nurturing somebody, taking care of them in practical ways, where do you need to show up and, play your part and be there for them, be responsible, and, show your, gratitude and appreciation for them in more earthy, concrete ways, and, showing your loyalty to whatever you're doing, or, whoever in your, who you're in relationship with, because Capricorn also deals with loyalty. And so, we have a couple aspects. We have the sun and moon squaring to Jupiter. So the sun's conjunct the moon in Capricorn, and on December 20th, Jupiter's going to enter Aries. And then it will be in Aries. It will be in this sign at the time of this new moon. It will be in very early degree Aries. And so the sun square Jupiter represents enthusiasm, excitement, joy, optimism, faith, abundance, a really exciting feeling like you want to do something new and you want to indulge, and you might feel the freedom to do something new, or to, go off into the, new territory, spend, have a party with, these people, or, get outside, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius rules, getting outdoors and travel. Um, and so, you can indulge, and you can have fun, and, make the most out of life around this time, by all means. But because we're dealing with the square, the sun square Jupiter, be mindful and aware of not going over the top, of not overindulging, and not thinking that you're too big for britches, not launching into something and then the plan isn't there, the logic isn't there, it's not concrete, and it's just gonna fail and, fall down and crash and collapse. And it also deals with, over giving and boundaries and lines not being drawn. And Capricorn is also the sign of, boundaries and understanding where the restriction needs to be set in place. And, where you need to be disciplined in your life. So being disciplined with this square energy. And so we also have the moon, which is, and also, being, sticking your foot in your mouth, saying that wildest things, doing the wildest things, and losing, your sense of being down to earth. And the moon is your emotions, and how you need to be, taking care of what makes you feel comfortable. And it's also really important in relationships. And so with the moon squaring Jupiter, um, you know, it's a great time to Jupiter's optimism, so there might be some really hopeful, positive feelings, getting together with your family, eating, enjoying this meal, spending some quality time with them, getting to know them on a deeper level, and laughing with them and having fun with them, and um, you know with the moon, it rules, relationships, and Jupiter is about an expansion and making more of something. So understand what relationships are right for you and what relationships aren't serving you. Where are you not feeling free and not feeling joy um, and you know enthusiasm, and where does that need to be addressed, and really what makes you feel emotionally lucky and um, you know enthusiastic and feeling very joyful. And so and again, the thing about moderation and overdoing it, indulging when it comes to um, you know, expressing your emotions in ways that may need to be mindful of how you're doing that, and several other areas of life and ways that this aspect um, could show up in real life. So thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this video on this new moon. I thought I'd just change how I do these videos when it comes to making this one. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from me. Bye for now.